Hello, this is Dr. Instiute, and what I'm planning to do is just show you guys how to use the new Carrick Institute Research Portal. So the Carrick Institute Research Portal is just an access portal that's going to be temporary until we get our new website up and developed, which will be probably a couple more weeks, I would imagine. But we didn't want you guys to have to wait until the new website's done in order to have access to all of this research. So what the Carrick Institute has done is that they've contacted EBSCO, which is one of the providers of research for major institutions, hospitals, and so on and so forth. They've contacted EBSCO and purchased a subscription to their premium research service so that we can have almost unlimited access to everything that's out there for research. The MEDLINE Complete database is the largest package that EBSCO offers, which includes something like 2,600 journals indexed all the way back to 1865. So realistically, we have access to millions of full-text papers at the click of a button through this research portal. So for those of you who took advantage of the early subscription and did so, the way you're going to start off is nice and simple. You see where it says login now, you're just going to click on it, and in your email, you should have gotten a username and a password that will prompt you to enter that, and then what's going to happen is as soon as you log in, it brings you right back to this page. If you don't log in, what you'll see here at the top here says EBSCO MEDLINE database. You see how it becomes highlighted. If I click on it, it's going to say, sorry, you cannot view this content because you're not registered. So at that point in time, what you can either do is you can either call the Carrick Institute up, or much easier, just click register now. And what you'll see is when you click on register now, there's going to be a couple different options that come up. We have an annual subscription and we have a monthly subscriber. Unfortunately, we couldn't just offer this to you guys for free because EBSCO has very specific standards in which they require institutions to do. Most institutions include this fee into their enrollment fee or their annual fees. Sometimes it's $500 a year, sometimes it's $1,000 a year. But since we don't have an annual fee at the Carrick Institute, we just had to charge this separately, and we give it to the subscribers. So there's two different ways that we did this. If you have a really short project where you're going to be working on kind of like a 2-month time frame, it benefits you just to probably purchase the monthly subscriber rate, which is $150 per month, and it's auto-renewing, and then you can just cancel it at any time. So if you use it for 2 months, it's $300, and you guys can do the math. If you use it for 5 months, you're looking at $600. However, the annual subscription, which is a 1-year commitment that automatically renews, it's $420 for the entire year. That's $35 a month. When you start looking at the fee breakdown, when you want to download a paper from any type of a journal, they're usually $34.99, so 35 bucks. So essentially, one paper per month pays for your annual subscription. So that's just how that works. Once you have made your decision, whether it's the annual or monthly subscriber rate, you just click sign up, and what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to fill out this form here with your last name, first name, a username. You're going to pick a unique username to you. It could be something at gmail.com, or it could just be the first initial of your first name and your last name. And that's easy too. Then you put your email address in, you create a unique password that's specific to you. Now, once again, if those of you guys that have already registered, you'll realize that you don't have to go through all this because you've already done that. So once you've filled everything out, you're going to click on register my account, and then it's going to ask you for your credit card information. You'll place that credit card information, and then it'll redirect you right back to the website, which is right here to this Carrick Institute Research Portal. This is where you'll come back to. And then what you do then, nice and simple, you click on this EBSCO MEDLINE database and it'll work for you. So let me just show you what that's going to look like. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to log in using mine so you guys can see. Once you put your username and password in, the remember me box will automatically be checked, so you come back here, and it automatically redirects you right to the EBSCO MEDLINE database where you're going to do all your searching. So let's just say that we wanted to look for pro-saccades. And then what you want to do is if you want to look for more than one thing, you put in the AND box. And we'll go over how to do this Boolean searching another time. And then what we're going to want to do is look down below. Okay, so we want to limit it to full text articles. If you want to put the publication you're looking for, what dates it's published, the author. You only want to see English. If you want to see if they're only done on human studies, So we can click that, and then you can kind of really narrow this down. But my suggestion is to not narrow anything down at the beginning. So I'm going to unclick some of these things and then go from there. So I'm going to even unselect full text. And what you'll see here is when you search it, what it's going to do is going to pull up everything that has these two words in it. So you can see antipsychotics, propsychotics. So you're going to see all these different types of articles that have that. Now, these are not all full text articles, because even though the MEDLINE database subscription is the best subscription you can get, there's still a lot of journals that don't participate with EBSCO, so they don't allow them to use it. So these journals you have to subscribe individually, and some of them can be up to $10,000 a year just to subscribe and get institutional access for. So maybe eventually, if we get all of our learners involved in this research and everybody committing to an annual research subscription, we can start purchasing journals that you guys think are really, really helpful that are not included in the MEDLINE 2600 journals. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to limit these to full text. Okay, now when we limit these to full text, you'll see all of a sudden this PDF full text hyperlink is available. So that means that you can download each one of these things now. So we've got all these different types of results. So here we have 67 results that pulled it up. Let's just say now that after looking at all this, you're going to go ahead and say we're going to select alcohol intoxication on psychotic error in processing. So we want to see that. You just click on it, and what it's going to do is it's going to open up this PDF right inside the window here so you can read it. Then you can also right click and save it, or you can email it or print it, or email it to yourself, or save it to a research folder, or even create a hyperlink to it so that you could revisit it later. Download PDF is right here. You don't ever need to worry about going to the sign in or folders or anything like that. Pretty much you're just going to work out of this area right here where you can refine your search or go back to your results list. So that's a quick little tutorial about how to use the new research subscription. If you guys have any trouble with that at all, you can go ahead and shoot me an email. My email is mantonucci, ANTONUCCI, @carrickinstitute.com, and I'd be happy to help you out with whatever troubles you're having. Now, one other thing before I leave you guys is you see there's another tab up here called Account. Please make sure that you go into your research portal account and change all of your information so that it's accurate. And you're going to want to change your password from the one that they provided you with as something that you can remember. If you signed up, if you signed up through the website, you set your password already, and everything should be all set. So I hope that's pretty comprehensive for you guys. And once again, if you have any questions, go ahead and email me at mantonucci@carrickinstitute.com, and I'll help you out to the best of my ability.